Hey, so last week we started talking about um, feeling like time is speeding up, sort of at a time in our lives where we wish it didn't feel that way. Like the older I get, the faster time flies. And what the undercurrent to that remark seems to be is, and I don't have all that much time left because fill in the blank. 76, 62, however old you feel. And I'm thinking about this a lot as I go into my Maj game today. Remember, I told you about my Maj group is 94 and driving well, 93 and 81. Me and my friend who's a year older. All right, so I'm listening to life is going by so quickly, and yet I'm experiencing these amazing women every week thinking, I don't know, it's looking pretty good. And it got me to thinking about thoughts. And what if it were true, and it is, that you can control the speed at which your life goes by paying better attention to your thoughts. Yeah. Let me say it again. You could control the speed at which your life is passing you by controlling your thoughts, meaning that it's all up to you to slow it down. And I've been reading a book. I'm obsessed by it. I'm going to show it to you now. Can you see? Slowing Down to the Speed of Life. I don't know if it's forever life-changing, but it's certainly currently life-changing. And here's the thing, and you're going to have to pay attention. Our thinking is only thinking, and whatever we think is true, because it's true to us. So if we think life is passing me by too quickly, it's true. And we can think another thought, because maybe that thought feels low, like low-level thinking. And if we notice that, we can be like, oh, that's a thought. I'm going to let that thought go. It feels low. I don't like, it doesn't feel great to think that thought. And we can go, oh, there's a thought. And I'm going to think another thought, which is something else I read this week. Treat every day as if it is a lifetime, which in many ways it is, right? We wake up like a birth and we go to sleep like a death, and then we do it again. So living every day like that feels very spacious. So if I think the thought, life is passing me by more quickly than I prefer, and that feels low, and I notice a thought, I can think another thought and say, I live every day like a life. I birth in the morning, I die at night, I wake up the next day, I get to do it again, and I am so grateful. And if that thought feels like a higher thought, a better thought, then that thought is true. So either way, thinking the thought makes the thought true. And we go, no, Barb. This thought, I think, actually is true for me, because I was raised by fill in the blank, and this is a family belief. We all believe this. Everything is true. And I would just argue, as a person who used to say that, that's actually just a thought too. Either true or not true. And does thinking the thought actually serve? Meaning, when you think that thought, is it a high-level thinking? Great. Or is it a low-level thinking, as in, geez, I'm just sitting here waiting to die. Time's passing so quickly. So I'm going to keep thinking about thinking for a while. And what I loved about last week was so many of you relating to thinking the thought, time is passing me by so quickly. If I didn't relate to it, I wouldn't have grabbed onto it. And if I wasn't hearing it from so many of the people I'm talking to right now, I wouldn't have repeated it. And at the same time as I share that you control your thoughts, well, you're just in control of your life then, aren't you? And so there goes a thought. It makes me feel low. I can let that thought go. I've just noticed I keep thinking the thought. There's a thought I've been thinking. I'm serious about this. There's a thought I've been thinking for 10 years. And I think the thought is real. And it occurred to me as I've worked with the book it's just a thought. I have no idea. I just know the thought makes me feel bad. And I don't know what the other person is thinking. But when I think the thought, I feel bad. And when I go, oh, there's that 10-year-old thought, I can just let it go. It's higher thinking for me. I feel better. And the result, I promise you, it will be true for you, is life is slowing down. And my thinking is too. Because I recognize it if it doesn't serve. So tell me your thoughts about this. Respond to the email, respond on YouTube, whatever feels good to you. You're in control of your thoughts. See you next week.